What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Stevens Delisma. I am back with another episode of the SD'Experience, where I break down to you pieces of my new book, Me, Myself, and Time, available now on Amazon. Be sure to go get my book, and I keep telling you guys this. It's not about the funds. It's more about you getting to know a little bit more about me, who I am, because growing up, a lot of y'all felt like y'all knew me more than I knew myself anyway. So I am here to tell you, you didn't know me then, you don't know me now, and you probably don't know me tomorrow. So yeah, last episode I talked to you guys a little bit about childhood molesters and some of the things that were done to me at a very young age. This episode is another chapter that's very dearest to me, but I'm not gonna go into it too deeply. It's chapter 7. I am taking you inside the LGBT. Okay, so I'm gonna read the first, page, and then I'm just gonna basically just discuss some details, some experiences, and that's really it. And we'll go from there. Okay, so listen close. On the road to finding my place in this world, I thought being around people like me would help me find some answers. After experiencing heartbreak, pain, and what felt like a deep fear of simply existing, I believed that fully immersing myself in the LGBT world would set me free, free from the fear of whatever came next in my life. But I was wrong. Instead, I find myself in all the wrong places. The year was 2010. I gave my life over to the unknown. The feelings I've carried since I was a child took over, and I was finally ready to explore them. But in a world filled with cruel intention, my emotions were too pure to see that not everyone shared the same heart. Some came close, but most wore a disguise. I thought the LGBT community would bring me peace, but there was no peace for me there. In fact, the LGBT community took me further from peace than I've ever been. That's all I'm going to read. Now, wanted to basically talk about the LGBT world real quick. I feel like I went into the LGBT world head first. I wasn't prepared. I didn't know what to expect. And honestly, I just didn't know anything about, the community. And a lot of questions that I get asked today, people tell me like, Steven, I'm gay, but they don't see me in the pride. They don't see me around, around other gays. They don't see me much in the community. They don't see me involved or anything like that. And there's a reason for that, and I'm moving too fast. See, I was put out of the only home I've known when I was 18. And for a long time, I did blame my household for a lot of things that I was exposed to in this world, because I feel like if there was a little bit more patience with me at home, there's a lot of things that I could have prevented. There's a lot of things that I've done or I've been around that it wouldn't have happened that way. I just got a text message, don't worry. Yeah, so at 18, I was put out of my home, the only home I've ever known. And then it came back to me that it was told I left that home to go be my CC, to go be gay. And that was an absolute lie, because I was never like my peers. I was not having sex at an early age. I was not dating any guys, not even at 18. So there was no one in my life. Actually, at 18, I had a girlfriend, like a serious girlfriend. I'm talking about pictures and everything and stuff. So it was never that. They were all lies. See, it was all lies. Anyway, basically, I got exposed into a lot of things that I wasn't prepared for. I went into the LGBT world head first. I was not like everybody I met. I lived in Cutler Manor, and I've experienced a lot of things. I've even had someone in Cutler Manor try to fight me about their man. I'm not from this world. I don't know nothing about this. Me coming into the world, I'm talking about a guy that I recently connected with in a emotional sense, but the guy denied me because he was already a whore in the community, and he denied ever any affiliation with me. From that point on, his boyfriend came to the door. Like, I'm talking about the whole family, everyone out. They trying to fight me because I'm speaking the truth. I'm just speaking of my experience. I met this guy, we hit it off, and this, that, and all I know now, I'm in drama. And I've never been in drama before, especially about dating, So it was all new to me. So to answer the question of like why a lot of people do not see me involved with a lot of gay people, and don't get me wrong, because I met some great people in the gay world community, but I also met some terrible people, and I had to learn a lot of them, and I thought that's where I belong. I started dressing like the people I saw. I started acting like them, but I always knew I wasn't nothing like them. And some of them would tell you I was very specific about who I wanted to be around. A lot of things that gay people did, I didn't agree with. And honestly, they say gay people are supposed to be happy, right? And I think that is further from the truth. Like, they were just so despicable, And it was just drama, messy, fights, stuff that I am not used to. I was born and raised in Haiti, and then partially raised in America. So a lot of things I was not, exposed to. I didn't know nothing about the drag queens, the butch queen, the trades, the DL, all of this, And living in Cutler Manor, I started to learn all of this because now I'm dancing with a group of gays, and I'm seeing how they interact with each other, and I'm beginning to, adapt to some of that environment and start picking on to certain, act. And trust me, I'm not bitter. I'm very happy about it because now I learned so many different languages, you feel me? So many different ways to be able to connect with so many different people because I got that experience out there. I faced the world alone, But there's a lot of things that I didn't agree with. I felt there's a lot of things that I could have, that could have been prevented, Again, I went into the LGBT world head first, doing what everybody around me did, not actually taking my time to learn. I got indulged in the nightclubs, the drugs, the sexual intercourse, some good, some bad. I met the pastors. It was pastors. Oh my gosh. It was pastors, husbands, and at that young age, and trying to find yourself and doing the things that you see around you, I started dressing like everybody around me. And I had an alter ego, and I've mentioned this to you guys before, I thought I was Tiara. I had the crop top, the belly showing, like body was tea, honey. So it was like, now I'm drawing some attention of the pastors, the DL men, the husbands. I mean, child, I had husbands leaving me money in a mailbox, okay? I'm talking about leaving from behind their wife and leaving me money in a mailbox. I keep telling y'all, I could teach you some things. Can't nobody fuck with me because I was not having sex with them. I was always against having sex with a married man or a pastor because I feel like those are the type of people I should be looking for help from. Not sexual needs, but these people are looking to fulfill their sexual pleasure, and that was always a turn off to me. Even in the gay world, where older people are supposed to be mentors, they just trying to fuck on you. And excuse my vulgar, but yeah, they're just trying to fuck on you, and it's disgusting to me. And that type of, behavior it never attracted me in no way. So that is why now it's like I had to depart. I had to, I want to say, disconnect from the gay world. And a lot of people don't see me, in the gay world. And I do. I love to enjoy some of it with the right people. I like to be around it. But my experience was not all good. And it just turned out that the LGBT world was not my place either to find myself. And I did blame my household, my past household, my peoples, my guardians, because I just felt like It was their